So, we're going to go over this. So, it asks who had the greater median. And so, first, I need to list them in order. If you guys did it in the calculator, you don't need to list them in order. So, the first thing we do is I'm going to do Josh's tips first. So, what's the lowest amount he had? 20. And then what? 28, 31, 36, and 40. And so if you're doing it in the calculator, remember, you don't have to put it in order, but you want to make sure that you know how to do it by hand because half your milestone is no calculator. Then to find the median, I'm trying to find the what? The middle, right? Monkey in the median. So I got 1, 1, 2, 2. So my median here is 31, right? So Josh's median tips are 31. Then I'm going to go to Richard. And so Richard, I'm going to put his in order too. So his goes 28, then what? 40, 40, 41, 45, and 53. Then I find that median by going 1, 1, 2, 2, here's my middle. And so now it says the difference. What does difference mean? Subtracting, right? So what is 41 minus 31? 10. So your answer should have been 10. Who is at least on their way to getting that? Cool. Then it says, what is the difference in interquartile range? So remember, that's your Q3 minus Q1. And if you look right here, here's your formula sheet that you get, and interquartile range, they tell you what it is. So you never have to remember that. That will be given to you on your formula sheet. So we do need to find our Q3 and Q1. So remember, we don't include the median when we're finding that. And so what's the middle number between 20 and 28? 24, or we can add them and divide by 2, which is your mean or your average. So 24 is his Q1. What about his Q3? 30. 49. So between 36 and 40 is 38. That's the one below. So now I find my Q3. What is 38 minus 24? 14. So his IQR is 14. Now let's find Richard's. So what's his Q1? 34. And his 49. And when we subtract them, what do you get? 15. So what's the difference between 15 and 14? 1. So their interquartile range has a difference of 1. Who would have got that right or was on their way to getting that right? Cool. Okay, so today we're going to be doing the next part of this unit. And so actually has anyone ever heard of dot plots where you put a dot for each little thing? And histograms where the little boxes? That's what we're going to be working with today. So you're going to get your survival guide out, and it's that purple sheet that's folded. So some of you guys left it. If you did hear some of them that were left on the desk, please make sure you just tape it or glue it in so you don't have to start all over. If I have your survival guide, come get it and put it back. If you need one, it's in whatever day you're absent. It's in that folder. So we're going to be starting with this right here where it says example 1. So it's actually the first thing when you fold it over, it says example 1. And so if you need one, please make sure if you're absent, everything's always in the folder, or oh, no. Is that in there? If there is a red, I did not break them yet, so just take it. Take it and then put it back in there when you're done.
Do you have any more?
If you go into the folder, whatever. Okay, just hand it up. We'll just put it in. All right, so a few things about dot plots. Yeah. They tell us the frequency. So we're on example 1. It's the first little flap in your purple foldable. So they tell us the frequency. What does frequency mean? Raising your hand. Yeah. How often you see something. So if I say that I frequently see someone in the PBL lab when they're supposed to be in class, right? That would be how many times I see them. So box plots, you cannot see that because you can't see the data, right? You can only see 25% of each data. But dot plots tell me exactly how many times something occurs or a number occurs. So first, this says Savannah surveyed a random sample of 20 students from a local college to find the average number of hours they sleep each night. And so what's the smallest amount of hours someone slept? 4. And the largest? 9, right? And I'm going to just fill in the rest. 4, 5, 6, 7. And so those numbers at the bottom are telling me the data, in particular, how many hours of sleep. The dots represent how many people had that many hours of sleep. So let's look here. How many people had 4 hours of sleep? We have 1, 2. And so I'm going to put either X's or dots, 2 dots to represent 2 people who had 4 hours of sleep. So that represents the 2 people who had 4 hours of sleep. What about 5 hours of sleep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to put 5 dots. 6 hours of sleep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 7 hours. 3, 8 hours. 2, and 9 hours. 1. Do you guys see how it's basically looks symmetrical almost? So when it looks symmetrical, also can tell us the distribution. And we'll be talking about that. That little yellow paper is telling us about the distribution. We'll be putting that into our survival guide. So make sure this is on here too. It tells us the distribution and frequency. And that's all we're starting with. So here's your purple. This beat. Okay. So now I want you to try example 2. It's right below it. It's the same exact thing. So see if you could try it on your own, and I'll give you a stamp. And then we're going to go on to histograms. I'm going to pause the video. So when you're done, you're going to example 3. And we're going to be working with histograms. So you're going to be writing down what I wrote underneath all those statistics. Write down those numbers, and I'll explain it in a minute. What about it? So now we're going to be dealing with intervals of data. So that means like this has to do with time and minutes it took members of the cross country team to run their 5K. And so if I did a dot plot, I would have to do a dot for every single individual time, and that would tell me nothing, right? So we do a histogram to kind of show us each increment of minutes. So we know the fastest runners are from 18 to 20 minutes, and then from 20 to 22 minutes, and it gets a little bit slower as we go down. So we can kind of see our data and how people are doing, at least in this example, in their 5K rates. And that way, that's how data is the most relevant unit, because you're actually, everything you do is based on data. If you're at work and you're doing something, everything is based around data. And so that's why I took, actually, instead of AP Calc my senior year, I took AP Statistics. And I was a psychology major, and every course basically had you take regular statistics, so I didn't have to take it in college, because it has to do with every job that you're probably going to have. Yes. And so what we're doing right now is kind of a little more basic. We're analyzing the time. So first we're looking, and see how it says 20 and it's the same number here? 20 and 20. This is 18 up to 20 minutes and 0 seconds. So basically before 20 minutes, or 20 minutes on the dot. Who here, let's go each row. Does anyone have 18 to 20 minutes here?
No.
Nope. Here?
No.
Nope. Here?
No.
These two, right? 18 and 18. So I'm going to put 2 lines for those 2 people. Here?
Yes.
It's under.
Yes.
Yep, these 2. And here? This one. So that means 5 people on my team ran 18 to 20 minutes. And so I'm going to label it like this. Circle. And so I'm going to start with 18 right here, 20, 22, 24, and this is my minutes. 26, 28, and 30. Up here is how many people, my frequency. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we saw that how many runners got between those in 18 to 20 minutes? We saw 5, so we're going to color up to 5. And it looks something like that. You can color it in if you want. Usually it is colored in. But we're kind of showing the data and what it represents through a histogram. And then you keep going. So 20 to 22 minutes is my next one. So that means 20, and then it should hit 2200. It shouldn't go any after that. So any here? Yep, this one right here. Anyone here? This one. And this one. And this one. Anyone here? Nope. Here is this one. We got this guy, and this guy. So 1, 2, 3. So this is before 20 to 22 minutes. And then right here, we have this one and this one. So see that we can't count 2208 because that's after 22 minutes exactly. Yeah. This one's it. Right here. 24, 26, 48, 30.
So this one is basically all from
Sometimes, or sometimes when we're doing salaries today, we're gonna do it with the budgeting project. Like if we're comparing salaries from like $30,000 to $50,000, $50,000 to $80,000, like increments of money. So it could be usually something that's not like a small amount of numbers. Yeah. It is pretty much creating a bar graph. The difference is bar graphs aren't increments. So they're not like intervals of something. So 20 to 22 would be 10, and I would go like this, there's my 10. So I go up to 10, and there's my 10. So the next one, we'll do it together. 22 to 24, I have 1, 2. Here I have 1, 2. This one. What else? Just that one. Here, these are all crossed out. And here, just that. So there we have 6 of them. So I would go up to 6. Next one, yellow. So next one's 24 to 26. I'm just going to go through this quickly. Here I got 2. Here, 2. So that's 4. God bless you. And 5. So all together I have 5. So it looks like this. See? Next one. (26 to 28). 1, 2, 3. That's it. And 28 to 30. I think there's just one.
Yeah.
one slow poke here. And so that's what our data looks like. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about how it's skewed. So skewed is just a way, like if I'm pushing all the data over to one side or the other, it's called skewed. And so we're going to be going over that too. If you're finished, practice on the one below. So you're doing the same thing, and I'll give you the increments. So is everyone done with this one right here? Almost done. You can look at mine. And so the next set of increments is going to look something like this. And so what you're doing is I'm going to go, this is talking about the average number of minutes. So they're in whole minutes, right? So I'm going to start, what's the smallest amount they have? 30. And I'm going to go by 4. So 30 to 34 minutes, 35 to 39 minutes, 40 to 44 minutes, 45 to 49 minutes. That's the most there is. 50 to 54 minutes. Is there anything over that? I don't think so.
No.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was 18 or 20.
Good question. So, do you guys get what he's asking? He's saying, well, why, like on the last one right here, I went 18 to 20, then 20 to 22, because that was talking about the minute, the seconds, right? So it went up to 20, and then this was meant everything after 20. This one's a little different because there is no decimal, so they're just whole numbers. So like what I did right here is I kind of just wrote it like this. So 30 to 34, like this. 35 to 39, 40 to 44, 45 to 49, 50 to 54. I wrote it in the spaces like that. And they're talking about minutes. And this is talking about the number of people. And so you can set it up like I did and then do the same thing with the check marks. And you can create your experience. I'll pause this real quick so no one has to wait.